Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about Trump's very fast and very harsh slapdown by the Georgia Supreme Court. All right, Georgia means the Fulton County case, and Trump has been trying in different ways for many months to suggest the whole thing is flawed. Why? Well, something to do with the special grand jury. So it's a very, even for him, the charges are very vague and very scattershot, but basically some combination of Fani Willis doesn't like him and ran against him. And she used this special grand jury, which was improper, even though it's absolutely fine and orthodox under Georgia law. And the judge doesn't like him either. So we know that. That he files a motion. He had done basically the same thing before the trial court unsuccessfully. And last Thursday, he went to, this is a total classic Trumpian move. The Georgia Supreme Court went to another court, same kind of maneuver he tried, say, with Judge Eileen Cannon, which was somewhat successful in Mar-a-Lago, goes to another court, the Georgia Supreme Court, the highest court in Georgia, and says, Georgia Supreme Court, reach down, get rid of this whole action, which we believe is going to proceed to indictment within a few weeks. And that is, in fact, the expectation based on everything Fani Willis has said. And just quash it because it's somehow a violation of my fundamental rights, says Donald Trump. And by the way, I'm the Republican frontrunner for president, and it's all political, etc. But long, or not even so long, on political rhetoric, but very, very short on law. And the Georgia Supreme Court responded accordingly. In very short order, they issued a relatively brief and very conclusive memorandum on a couple days ago saying, you can't do this. It's very clear. The Supreme Court never will reach down and interfere with a pending prosecution. And the very, very, very rare instances in which that's otherwise there's no argument that they're met here. They actually had challenged Trump in the briefing to say, is there any possible analogy? And Trump could come up with exactly nothing. So the Georgia Supreme Court says, look, the absolute way to proceed is by you can make all your motions, all your complaints in the trial court in front of Judge McBurney. That, of course, is if and when, I'll say when, the indictment by Fani Willis issues, bring it to the judge, as it were. Let the judge decide. And if the judge decides against you and you have to go through trial, then when it's all over, you'll have a right of appeal and then a possible appeal to the Georgia Supreme Court. But this very Trumpian maneuver to try to get someone to reach from afar before it's even started and just completely smother it is absolutely lawless. So a very emphatic slapdown. One wonders whether these are all done for political reason and the kind of embarrassment, at least as it would be for lawyers and litigants in the system, of being so humiliated, so almost, if not mocked, really it's a really dismissive opinion. It's a really like, are you kidding us kind of opinion. Now, Donald Trump, very, very high, infinitely high as far as we can tell, shamelessness threshold, and maybe all done for political reasons anyway, or just why not do another Hail Mary? But he did, and as part of his very, 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 very bad week, the Georgia Supreme Court made quite quick work of it. So where are we now? The field is cleared. Fani Willis is now the grand jury that we expect to bring charges and really sort of large, sprawling, and multi-defendant ones against Trump and others, is currently sitting. And I think the best surmise is, early August, say, they bring forward charges. I think that was probably Jack Smith's surmise in wanting to come quickly with his January 6 charges and have the leverage or, a best argument of being in a pole position and not having to, fight in the field for who goes first, etc. So he wanted to maximize that chance. But the headline here is that the Georgia Supreme Court totally slaps Trump down, is the latest court to basically not just rule against him, but in a completely dismissive way, and that the field is free and clear for what we expect to be a very large and hard-hitting indictment from Fani Willis somewhere in the first 2 weeks of August. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.